Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to the class. Today we will be talking about phrasal verbs. What the heck is a phrasal verb, you may ask? Phrasal verbs are composed of a very simple verb, such as get, pick, take, come, for example. You'll find that they're very often irregular verbs, since our most common verbs in English are, in fact, irregular verbs. And we combine them with another preposition, in, on, out, to make a two-word verb. And this is what a phrasal verb is. There's various problems or problematic things to deal with phrasal verbs, which we'll talk about today. Outside the room, hi Simon, hi Admar, hello, hello. Come on and join Andrew and I. Hey Andrew, what's up? Hey man, your microphone's not.
Sorry, nothing much.
There you go. I'm doing good. It's a nice day. It's not quite so hot, so I'm a happy camper.
Okay, I've got a question. Do you live in Thailand temporarily?
Thailand, Philippines.
Philippines, sorry.
It seems to be a permanent situation, Andrew, since I have a family here. I have two young daughters. And I'm just as happy, to be honest. I'm glad to be out of America. They've all gone crazy.
Congratulations.
Bang! Okay. Good one, Andrew. Edmar loves phrasal verbs. Are you crazy, my man? Well, come on in and join the class. So we can talk about it. Again? Yeah, again. All right, I'm going to say hi to a few more folks who just jumped in. Hello, Emma. Hi, Emma. How are you? Oopsie. I think your microphone is not working. We can't hear you. Emma, please try to fix your microphone. It may be that you're on the top of the screen, the top toolbar, you'll see an icon or a microphone.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Emma, you have another problem now. There's two of you. Oh my goodness. Emma, you seem to be in the class 2 times.
That means.
So you might want to close one window so somebody else can come in the class. Okay, Emma? You're in the class twice, which is maybe some of your problem. Okay, I'll let you work that out. Hello, Conrad. How are you?
I'm not too bad, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm going to
Good morning.
I'm going to take a crazy guess and say you're from Finland.
Yeah. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Conrad. Well, it's noon where I am, but good morning to you. Okay. Of course I'm right.
Where are you from, USA?
USA, originally. As I was just telling Andrew, I'm currently living in the Philippines. And yes...
Philippines? Oh, extraordinary. I don't know nothing about. I don't know more about Philippines.
Well, ask me. At this point, I know too much.
Sure.
You can ask me anything you want. Anybody can. In fact, any time in the class, I don't really care. I'm not shy. Hey, Nakmal, how are you today?
Hi, Mr. Moody. I'm fine, thanks.
Mr. Moody, wow, very official. Oakley's fine, Knuckball. Really.
Right. Good morning.
Casual guy. Good
You
morning.
had your breakfast?
If I had my breakfast, yes. I had a fried fish sandwich and also a jalapeno spam sandwich, and they were delicious.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very strange breakfast, I know, but I live in the Philippines, you see. Okay.
Have you been to Oakley? Have you been to Malaysia?
Have I been to Malaysia?
Huh.
No, not really. I've been to Singapore,
Oh, I see.
but didn't make it to Malaysia. I'd like to. One of these days. There's one great thing about living in the Philippines. I'm in the middle of an area where there's great travel opportunities. Japan and Hong Kong and Macau and Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, all right around me.
So how many countries have you been?
Quite a few, because when I lived in the United States, I enjoyed traveling to the Caribbean and South America, and a little bit to Europe. So then I came to the Asian Pacific, and I've traveled a little bit around here, Hong Kong, Japan.
Teacher, have you been in Korea, in North Korea?
Shh, don't tell anyone. Conrad, if I tell you, I have to kill you, okay?
Okay.
I can't talk about that.
Take care with Mr. Pyongyang.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a subject for an entire 5-class series, really, actually.
Why, teacher, the North Korean love to Americans?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're in love with Americans, all right. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Question, it would be better to comment, yeah?
Better no comment, I think, Andrew. No comment. Not that I have to worry, of course. No North Koreans are watching Verbling. I seriously doubt that. Okay, Simon.
Hi,
Hey, how are you today?
fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good, but I'm trying to figure out what is hanging on the wall behind you.
Is elephant?
Okay. Elephant?
Yes, it is a frog.
And it is a frog. All right. It is a frog and an elephant.
So what's the relation? Elephant and frog.
Are you kidding me? Like peanut butter and jelly. Frogs and elephants.
This house is my girlfriend.
Ah, your girlfriend gave them to you, so you must display them. I know how that works. It's okay. I fully understand. Alejandro, how are you?
Hey, I'm really good, thanks. I had a busy day, but I'm home.
You're home. Yay, work time is over?
In my country?
I said, so your work day is over.
Yes, 6 p.m. My
Ah,
country is good evening.
good evening in your country. 6 p.m. Where are you?
I'm from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you speak Spanish?
Habla español un poquito. Very, very little.
Hola.
I can go to Mexico and I can ask for a beer. Cerveza, por favor. And and after the beer, I can say, ¿Dónde es el Portos de Baños? Here's the bathroom.
That's very important.
That's all I seem to need when I go to Mexico. Okay. Hey, Andre, how are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Fine. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, I agree. Every day I wake up and I'm alive, it's a good day. Absolutely. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a new opportunity to do anything.
Well, that's
I think so.
that's a wonderful philosophy. Very good, Andre. I'm with you on that one. All right, we're going to talk about phrasal verbs today, but we're also going to I'm going to introduce phrasal verbs for those of you who don't know that much about them. But also I'm going to talk a little bit about maybe a little bit of technique on how to learn them, what to think about when you learn phrasal verbs. Because phrasal verbs are difficult. Phrasal verbs are actually, in some ways, many times they're idiomatic, meaning they're quite figurative. In other words, a phrasal verb is a two-word verb made of usually a simple verb and a preposition. The problem is that if I look up the verb in the dictionary and I look up the preposition in the dictionary and I put them together, a lot of times it's not going to make any sense because phrasal verbs are often very figurative or idiomatic. So what that means is you often have to learn the phrasal verb, the whole meaning of the words together as a group, as a unit. Think of it as another separate vocabulary word you have to learn. The other confusing thing is that phrasal verbs are not always idiomatic. Okay? They can, in fact, be completely physical or concrete in meaning.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a question. What is the meaning of idiomatic?
Idiomatic.
Idiomatic.
Sure. A good question. Thank you, Andre. Have you ever heard the expression, it's raining cats and dogs?
It's an idiom.
That's an idiom. So idiomatic means related to idioms. All right.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Well, all right. Actually, let's back up a little bit. When we're looking at phrasal verbs, first of all, they're usually a simple verb like come, get, play, take. But if you take the first verb, it's going to have many possible combinations, often. Not always, but many times it has many combinations of prepositions. Take. There's take off, take in, take up, take out, take down, take over. Oh my God, I can't take it. Yeah, that's one of the challenges. So you have to actually get into your brain each separate one. Take apart. Yeah, Edmar, you're right. Yeah. Oh, I know. Take away. Oh, yeah. There's so many, and we'll be practicing that. See how many you guys can think of a little bit later in the show. The other problem, as I said. One phrasal verb, for example, pick up, okay, can have multiple meanings. And often, very commonly, phrasal verbs have many or multiple meanings. Pick up can be very physical. I pick up my pen. Okay, here's my pen. I pick it up. Very physical meaning. I can pick up something at the store. I'm going to pick up some milk. Pick up some milk at the store. You pick up a few items. You don't pick up anything expensive. No one says, I'm going to pick up a car over the weekend. That's crazy. Oh, Andrew. Oh, Andrew. Andrew, you're always getting me in trouble. Yes, you can, and you can pick up your father at the airport. Good, Edmar. Andrew has another meaning of pickup. Pickup line, okay, meaning you could go to a nightclub and you could, for you gentlemen, you could pick up a girl, or we have a lady in the class now, you could pick up a guy, meaning you leave with them. You pick them up and leave the bar. Okay, woohoo! Pick up artist, yeah, pick up line, Andrew just mentioned. What's your best pickup line? Andrew, I don't use pickup lines, actually. Although, that gives me an idea, and I'm going to write that down, as that may be an interesting verbling class. Actually. Andrew, I'm going to give you a special invitation to that one. Pick up lines and how to use them. That one will be fun. And you guys think I'm kidding, but I'm really not. Okay, you can also pick up a language. You're right now trying to pick up some English skills. All right, you learn something, you pick it up. So there's just one example, one phrasal verb, multiple meanings. I think we had 4 or 5 meanings there for that one phrasal verb. And then, as I said, you have to think literal meanings, idiomatic meanings. You know, for example, take another phrasal verb, put up. You put up. I'm going to put up this pen on the shelf. Okay, I put it up on the shelf. All right, very physical. All right. If I put up with a situation, it means I deal with it. I endure it. I tolerate it. Really? Andrew shares that makeup has 14 meanings in the Russian language. Really? Actually, Andrew, is that true? In Russian,
Yeah, it's true.
Russian language uses phrasal verbs as well.
No, we don't use phrasal verbs. I mean, literally translate. Like I can translate makeup like 14 ways, different ways.
Really? Okay, well, makeup as a phrasal verb also has multiple meanings. Also, since you bring up makeup, another thing you guys should know, sometimes phrasal verbs like makeup. I had a fight with my wife and we made up this morning. First of all, 2 things. One, they work like normal verbs, so past tense or continuous. I was making up with my girlfriend when I was making up with my wife when my girlfriend called on my cell phone. Okay, bad news. All right, I'm just kidding, honey. Okay. In any case, they work just like normal verbs with continuous tense, past tense, future tense. They work the same. But one thing, for example, makeup, I can use the verb form, or makeup has a noun form. What is makeup in a noun form? Does anyone know?
Cosmetic.
Yeah.
You got it. That's exactly right. Cosmetics. Very good. So sometimes there is a noun form as well.
When you say make up your mind.
Make up your mind. Yeah, that's a verb.
Decision.
Make a decision. Yeah. Decide something. Make up your mind. That's right. Okay, I'm laughing because Jarenson, are you in the room yet? Jarenson, come on in. There's room. Jarenson typed into the chat box, make up, kiss with someone. If you're lucky, buddy. Yeah. If you're lucky, that would happen. All right, and then, okay, for all these reasons, phrasal verbs are confusing, but the most confusing of all, the most terrible of all, is the fact that phrasal verbs come in different flavors grammatically. What do I mean by that? First of all, they can be inseparable, which means I cannot separate them, the verb and the following preposition. For example, eat out. I can't say I'm going to eat dinner out tonight. I can't do that. I can't separate eat and out with the object of the sentence. So that's called an inseparable phrasal verb. Then there are separable phrasal verbs that must be separated every single time. And then there are the larger number are, it's possible to do either. You can keep them together or you can separate them, such as take off, meaning remove. Take your clothes off, take off your clothes. Okay? No, Andre, put your clothes back on. I was just an example. Just kidding. Joke. Okay, so you can separate it or not separate it, depending on... and now each of these phrasal verbs, and okay, even more confusing, the same phrasal verbs may be inseparable for one meaning, but it may be separable for a different meaning. So what that means is you really have to ask yourself a lot of questions when you learn a phrasal verb if you want to learn it properly and if you want to be able to use it properly. Okay, so here's sort of a learning technique. You can ask yourself, ask yourself 4 questions. Hang on, let me share this with you. Okay, I'm going to share this with you as I go over them. A kind of technique that you can use. Hang on. Let me get it together. And this was in the class description, this document. You could have downloaded it, and you should have. Okay, so you can ask yourself basically 4 questions. If you want to follow along, I'm near the middle of the page. Which other phrasal verbs do I know that begin with this main verb? Sometimes they're related, sometimes not, but sometimes this will help you figure out how to use it or the meaning. Technique number 2 or next, what is the literal meaning of the phrasal verb? The literal meaning, start with the literal meaning, by the way, like pick up. All right. Then figure out the figurative meaning, or figurative can be idiomatic at the same time. So figure out the literal meaning and then the more abstract meaning. Not all phrasal verbs have multiple meanings. Most do. I would even venture to say most. Then you have to learn the grammar. Is it separable or inseparable? How does it get used in writing or in speaking? Because it sounds very strange if we separate an inseparable verb. We'll be looking at examples, by the way, in a minute. And then, if you're trying to learn it, practice. Actually, try speaking it, try writing it, see if it makes sense. It's the easiest way to figure out if you're using it correctly. And that's any vocabulary, really. You need to practice it, write it down in a sentence, use it in context. Okay. All right, Simon. Good night. Have a good rest. See you later. Take care. Okay. Let's see. We're going to look at some more phrasal verbs and ask ourselves these questions as we go along here. Okay. So, hang on a sec. All right. So, let's start with number 1. Let's look at get into. The phrasal verb is get into. So, following our 4-step process, get into, what other phrasal verbs begin with the verb get? And here we go. We're going to zip around the room. I'm going to be asking you guys questions, because I'm tired of talking anyway. Alejandro, what other phrasal verbs start with get?
Get.
Give me one.
Get through.
Get through.
Through.
Yes. Careful of your pronunciation. Yes. T-H-R-O. Well, here, I'll write it. This is actually...
R-O-U-G-H.
This is a very... Yeah, that's it. Very, very commonly pronounced, mispronounced word, actually. Yeah, you are hardly alone. It's through. It has the long sound. Ooh. Through. Get through. Yes, and I agree. You get... Can you use that in a sentence? Get through?
I usually get through with my mom. No?
Okay. Get through your homework. You get it finished. All right. Okay, that's good. That works. Andre, what's another Excuse me. What's another phrasal verb with get?
Maybe get married.
No, no, no. Andre, what are you thinking about? Okay. No, that's a correct phrase. But phrasal verbs, what we're looking at is the verb plus preposition. Prepositions are words that show directions: in, over, out, above, under, on, off, for. All those are prepositions.
Or get out.
Get out. Get out, Andre. Yeah, okay. How do we use get out? I just did. I mean, I gave it away. One way.
For example, I would like to invite my girlfriend to get out to dinner in a elegant restaurant.
Well, you're very romantic, but in that case, we use go out.
Go out and...
I would like to ask my girlfriend to go out, not get.
For example, teacher, for example, the house is going to explode. Get out of the house.
Applause.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, definitely. As a sure. As a get out. Okay, that's actually a physical meaning. We need to get out of the house. It's going to explode. Sure. As I used it with you, sometimes phrasal verbs can be a simple exclamation. For example, exclamation of disbelief. Get out! I don't believe that. That can't be right. Get out! Oh, come on! Just like come on. Oh, come on! Get out of town. Okay. All right. Yeah. Or hopefully, in another way, to gain something, I hope you will get something out of this class. All right. I hope you'll learn something. Get something out of it. All right. Andrew, what can you think of any other?
Yeah, get up.
Get off.
What? Get up.
Get up.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What time do you get up?
What time did you get up? What time did you awaken?
Do you get up?
Do I get up? Totally different every day, honestly. Because sometimes I have very late classes and sometimes I don't. So it varies. Usually 8.
Okay, it
7
depends
or 8.
on your schedule, yeah?
Yeah. Because teaching online, my schedule changes. Din. Hi, Din. Oh, can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Okay. Din, you got a little background noise. I don't know what it is, but please mute your microphone when you're not speaking. But you are speaking now. Din, what is another phrasal verb with get?
Get a life.
What? Get a life?
Go get a life.
Did you just say get a life? Okay, well, that is very humorous. That is not a phrasal verb. That's an expression. A funny one. Okay. We're thinking phrasal verbs. Okay, so it's going to be a verb and then a preposition.
Get on.
Sorry?
Get on.
Get out?
Get on.
Get on. Ah, okay. How could you use that? Get on.
Get on the cab.
Okay, or get on the train, or okay, very physical meaning. Get on. You get on the bus if you want to go somewhere. All right, good enough. Very good. Ima, hi, Ima.
Hi.
Sorry, surprise. Hi, Ima. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, it's the first time for me to join this class, and maybe I'm a little bit confusing, but nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes.
Are you from Japan, Ima?
Yes, I'm from Japan.
Okay. One thing, Ima. very common mistake for all speakers. Don't say I am confusing. You should say I am confused.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm confused. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A situation is confusing.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm confused about entering this lesson. So, but I'd like to say some example of the get. So,
Please.
get into. How about get into?
Yes, that's the first one we looked at is get into. We're going to talk
Yes.
about get into a little
Yes,
more.
a little more. Get up or get rid of. How about it?
Get what?
Get rid of.
Get rid of.
Yes,
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
different, actually.
I see.
That's a little different. Rid is not a preposition. Get rid of. Yeah, okay.
Get it up.
What?
Get it up.
Get it up. Get up. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. I'm not touching that. Literally and figuratively. I'm not touching that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's some more. Actually, all right. Because we've already covered many, and I'm going to ask everybody more questions. Can anybody else think of any others for get?
Get away.
Get away. Yes. Okay. Get away is an interesting one because it can also be a noun. How do you use get away? Nafal.
My vacation was really a getaway for me.
You see? Now you used that as a noun. You said a getaway. My vacation was a really nice getaway. A getaway. Yeah, absolutely. Or we need to get away from the house before it explodes. Get away. The criminal got away from the police, for example. He escaped. So it can mean escape. So it can be a noun as well. The criminal made a nice getaway. A clean getaway, we would commonly say, for example. Yeah, okay, so that's a good example. Actually, since you brought up getaway, I have not introduced this idea yet. So, we're talking about two-word phrasal verbs, but I have to add there are not nearly as many, much more rare. There are three-word phrasal verbs, such as get away with. Have you heard of that, Nakmal? You get away with something.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Does anybody know that one? Get away with. No? Okay. Yes, Andrew? Go ahead.
No, it means like to be possessed with something. It means to think about something constantly, to have with some not important ideas, you know.
No.
Does it seem like getaway,
No.
but you did it with someone?
Well, that's not quite it, Andrew. I'm trying to think of what, Andrew. There is an idiom or a phrasal verb. Get
It's a
over.
phrasal verb.
Get over. You're
Get
thinking
away
of
with.
get over, like get over it. When you obsess about something that's not that important, when you're constantly thinking about something, you need to recover from it. So we always use it in, often, not always, get over your ex-girlfriend, like that. Why are you always talking about her? I think that's what you're thinking. Get away with your girlfriend. Hi, Emmanuel, outside the room, I guess. Come on and join us, Emmanuel. I think there's room. Anyway, you get away with something. For example, I got away with not studying for the test. I still got an A. I got away with it. You do something bad and you escape punishment, you got away with it. The bank robbers got away with the crime.
Oh,
All right?
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I understood.
Okay, that's it. So you do something bad, morally or even illegal, and you don't get caught. You get away with it. Okay, so there are some cases of phrasal verbs that are actually 3 words. It's still considered a phrasal verb, however. Okay, let's continue. All right, so we found a phrasal verb, get into. All right, we think about some other meanings. Okay, so let's go back to get into. What is, where did Ima go? She disappeared. All right, I'm going to talk to Jorge or George. Which would you prefer? George or Jorge, the South Park fan?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Okay, I hear you now. Who is your favorite South Park character?
That would be the fat one.
The fat one?
Yeah, the name is
Cartman!
Yeah.
Respect my authority! Yeah.
Yeah, respect my authority.
Yeah. Everybody loves Cartman. Okay. All right. Now we're examining the phrasal verb get into. Now the next thing we need to think about, what are the concrete and what are the abstract meanings? What is the concrete meaning of get into? And can you give me an example? A lot of times it's easier to explain.
I feel lucky to get into this class.
Okay. Thanks, Nukmal. Very good. To enter the class. All right, so you get into a bus, you got into the class. Okay, that's basically, if we look into the dictionary, get is to acquire, into is inside, acquire inside. That's very literal meaning, all right? Dictionary meaning or concrete meaning. Yeah, agreed. Okay. Now, I'll give this one to the class. What would be the more abstract or figurative meaning? Get into. Okay, I'll give you an example. See if somebody can give me an example back. When I was young, I really got into the Beatles for a while.
Interested.
Very good.
To be interested in something.
That's right. That's exactly it. He really gets into skydiving. Every weekend he goes skydiving.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so that's much more. If we just look in the dictionary, you know, we're not going to find that. To enjoy something, idiomatic. Get into can also mean, we also use it often with the word discussion. You get into a discussion about pickup lines, whatever. You get into a discussion about dogs. You get into a subject, meaning that you started to discussing. You get into an argument. Okay, very good. This knockoff from outside throws one into the park. Excellent. You get into an argument. You get into a discussion. You get into a debate. Okay, very good. All right. Now we have to figure out the next question we have to ask ourselves. Okay, first, what are other words that are similar with the same verb? What are literal and more figurative and or idiomatic? And next we got to think about the grammar part. Is get into separable or inseparable?
Not separable.
Okay, inseparable, we call it. Yes, the easiest way to figure that out, if you have any familiarity at all with the expression or with the phrasal verb, try it in a sentence and try moving the object around. For example, get into an argument. Get an argument into.
Oh, that's not true.
That makes no sense. What's not true?
Sorry, that's not correct.
What is not? What I just said?
Something into.
Yeah, right. Exactly my point. We can't separate it. So Nukmal is exactly right. So we try it out. You test it. by moving the subject around, and you see if it sounds like it makes sense. Usually that's the easiest way. Also, dictionaries should have that information. By the way, dictionaries will, of course, give meanings. For good dictionaries, there are bad dictionaries. Good dictionaries will give the definition of different phrasal verbs, as well as make a note if it's separable or inseparable. Usually in a dictionary, it may just say, it may have like, for inseparable, you may see a small notation that just says INS, like this. It means inseparable, or SEP is common, separable. In the dictionary, if you're looking it up. She's been getting into dance recently. Okay. But we can't say she's been getting dance into, right? So, inseparable. Very good. Nakmal, 2 points for Nakmal. Very good. You got it. All right. And then, you know, the next thing we need to do is use it in a sentence. So, everyone, I'm going to give you a chance. All right, Alejandro, you typed yours. She's been getting into dance recently. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. Andre, get into. Use it in a sentence. Andre?
My teacher.
Yes, you.
It's Andres.
Andreas.
So,
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Don't
okay.
worry. No, don't worry, teacher. You will get into that little place.
That what place?
You will get into that little place. In that little place. No, I'm sorry.
In that little place?
Little.
You'll get into that little place.
That little place? That
yes,
little?
Teacher.
Little as in small? That little place. Okay, I guess that works.
Maybe
you'll get into that little place. Like a small space.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Little place. Little.
Little.
Andreas. Little.
Yes.
Yeah, not little. Relax your mouth a little bit. Little. It's a relax. That's better. Little. Better.
Little.
All right. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Andrew, get into.
I would say the train get into the London.
The train. Okay.
The train, for example, the train got into the London at afternoon.
Very good. Well, in the afternoon, at 3 o'clock. We use at for specific times, or in for general times, like in the afternoon, in the evening. Yeah, that's a very common phrasing, actually. The train gets into the station at 3 o'clock. Very common way to use it. Yep. Excellent. Din.
Yeah.
Hey, Din. Give me an example, use get into in a sentence.
Nice to get into the class.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
Wow. Din.
Yes.
Do whatever you have to, but fix your microphone issues. I'm not sure what the problem is, but we can't really hear you. I have to mute you. All I hear is sounds like you're in a windstorm. Sorry, buddy. Got to do it. I can't hear you, so I can't really talk about what you're saying. Wait a second. Time out. Alejandro just typed in the chat box, I'm getting into in this class. Actually, another English lesson to be learned. Never use into followed by in. It's redundant. It just it repeats. Never. Okay. In any case, in a phrasal verb or any other circumstances in English, it's redundant because they're so close in meaning. We can't do that. So I'm getting into this class is cool, and I'm glad to hear it, but you can't use getting into in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. George.
Teacher, sorry. The correct word is I'm getting into this class.
That's correct. You are right.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Very good. Oops. I'm banging on my... Okay, Jorge, or George. By the way, you never said, should I call you George or Jorge?
Jorge, it's okay.
Jorge?
Yeah.
Okay. Jorge, can you use get into in a sentence?
Could you give me an example?
Can you read the text box? The Verbling chat box? Because there's been many.
Oh.
I didn't really mention that, but we've been getting them from inside and outside the class. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read the tacos one. I've been getting into yoga lessons.
Ah, you fixed it. I'll let you get away with that, Jorge, because you read Toko's example, but you also fixed it. Toko's example is slightly wrong. I've been getting into yoga lessons. It's supposed to have an S. I've been getting into yoga lessons because I is the subject. I can't say I like lesson. I like lessons.
Because I want to get in shape, maybe?
I can't say I like book. I have to say I like books with an S.
Okay.
Right. Right. And a yoga lesson, you got to figure it's a series, so it's more than one anyway. Okay. But good job fixing Toko's sentence. Maximiliano.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Do I need to call you Maximiliano? Can I call you Max?
You can use the short form. I like it better, actually. So
Max?
I can use it.
Okay.
Yes, Max.
Cool. Very good. Very good. Max, can you give me a sentence with got into?
Well, using the idiomatic meaning it has, we could say maybe we better change the topic and avoid getting into that moot point. I'm not sure if you can listen, you can hear what I say.
There was slight interference there.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Can I try? Can I try again?
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Well, my example, we better change the topic and avoid getting into that moot point.
Ah, okay. Excellent. You better change the topic and avoid getting into that moot point. Did you use interesting word?
Yes.
Okay. Good word, but I have to share it because I don't know as everyone would know your reference. What is a moot point? Great word, by the way. A moot point. Does anybody else in the class know that one?
No, teacher.
No, I thought not. That's why I decided to talk about it.
Never
heard it. Yes. Okay, it has very specific meaning. A moot point is a point, an argument, a factor that it's ridiculous to argue about. There's no way to win the argument. Example. The philosophical question, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's a moot point. There's no, we can't ever decide what the answer is, and even if we did, the answer doesn't matter. It's a moot point. When people argue about a situation has already happened, you know, we can argue about who started World War I, but really it's a moot point. It's over. It's done. It's finished. Why argue about it? It's silly. It's a pointless argument. So it's a moot point. It's a pointless argument. A point of argument, and it makes no sense. Toko can't get into his trousers. Oh my God! Oh, funny. Nguyen, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Good to have you in class.
Okay.
So, Nguyen, can you use a sentence with the phrasal verb get into?
Yeah, I got into my university 3 years ago.
You got into your university 3 years
3
ago.
years ago. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. You entered, got into. Perfect. No problem with that at all. Good job, Nan. Nakma.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't get into a mood about it.
Okay, I like that. Don't get into a mood about it. Don't get into a bad mood about it. Okay, that's very good. And an excellent little last point. You get into a mood. You get into an angry mood, and very good. Sounds like my daughter's in an angry mood. There she goes. Okay. All right. Good one. Yeah. You get into a mood is very common use. All right. Excellent. Okay.
Teacher?
Yes?
I have a question. May I say I could get into the ball in the goalkeeper's goal box?
I could get into the...
For example, I'm talking about soccer, so...
Yeah.
I could get into the ball in... or I could get the ball into goalkeeper's goal box.
I could get the ball into the goalkeeper's box. Yeah, I guess you could.
I could the ball get into?
I could get the ball into... Oh, wait a minute. Suddenly, I could get the ball into the goal. Ooh, suddenly it's separable, isn't it? Get the bus... because it's passive. Oh, isn't that weird? Get the ball into... Wait a minute. I could get the ball into the goal. I could get my bags into the bus. Ooh, isn't that strange? Get my bags into the bus, into the goal. Oh, no, because actually it's no longer a phrasal verb. Actually, in those cases, into the goal, into the bus, suddenly that's a prepositional phrase with added information. That's not actually a phrasal verb. You can say that, but you're using a subject, verb, object, prepositional phrase is your sentence. I could get the ball. I could get the ball is the sentence, and the extra information into the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so into the goal is now a prepositional phrase because it's combined with the noun, the goal. Okay. Good one, though. You had me thinking there for a minute. Wait a minute. You had me confused for a moment. You really did. I had to...
I'm sorry.
Brainstorming.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have a headache, but I have aspirin right here at my desk. It's okay. I'll be okay.
I could get the ball in goalkeeper's goal box. Yes.
In goalkeeper's goal box. Well, first of all, you wouldn't say all that. Are you talking about scoring a goal?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so you wouldn't use all that information. All you would really say in English, I could get the ball in the goal. Or really,
okay, teacher.
in reality, I could score a goal. Usually in English, the shorter and more economic our speech is, the better, really. If we're having a conversation, Andreas, I'm not going to say, when I was in high school, I could get the ball into the goalkeeper's goal. I'm not going to say all that. I'm going to say, when I was in high school, I could score goals. That's all I need to say. So we're going to keep it more economical if we can. When the extra information is pointless, I know the goal belongs to the goalkeeper. I know that. I don't need to say it. That's the point. I don't need to add the into because we all know once the ball goes past the goalpost, it's a goal. So just in. I don't need into even. So it's just more... oh wow, oh wait, okay, jeez. Wow, okay, Alejandro had another sort of another meaning, and a good one too. Yeah, you got another meaning here that he just put into the Verbling chat box, which I had overlooked. I had forgotten about. Very good. Right. You typed, he got into me for doing it badly. What do you mean by that? You're right, but just share with the class.
Maybe criticize.
Okay. Criticize strongly, or even punish, or my wife got into me for coming home late. Okay. Right? She yelled at me, scolded me. Maybe scolded is good. Yeah, okay, a whole nother meaning there. All right, very good. Let's look at another. Let's see. We've only got like 5 minutes, but maybe we can quickly look at another one. And this one is, as I had mentioned earlier in the class, a 3-word phrasal verb. Look forward to. Okay. Look forward to. What does that mean? Anyone?
Very excited.
Excited. Okay. Very good. Nakmal. Andrew, what did you say?
And after look forward to, we got to use gerund form. For example, we are looking forward to meeting a new boss. Like meeting. We always have to use gerund after look forward to.
I look forward. Gerund, not gerund. Yeah, ing. Look forward to meeting. Okay. Yeah, I look forward to going to Thailand this summer. Yeah, okay. Very good, and a very good point. Look forward to, and then you're going to use a verb with ing or gerund form. Weird. Okay, very good. Look forward to anticipate something, an action. I'm looking forward to. Okay, that's not true. Edmar, I'm looking forward. Because we have the gerund in looking. I am looking forward to my birthday party. All right. Okay. We have the gerund in the verb looking. So you can express it that way too, Andrew. That sentence that Edmar just wrote is correct. I'm looking forward to my birthday party. I am looking.
We have to use either gerund or the noun.
Yeah.
Noun is also correct.
Gerund or noun, right. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Since the verb with ing come to work as a noun, actually, that's why you have to transform, if you will, the verb into an ing form.
I'm looking forward to swimming this afternoon. Okay. I wish I was going swimming this afternoon. To having a vacation. All right. Well, having. Okay, Emmanuel types in a good example. I'm looking forward to having. Well, it should be having a vacation. Okay, in this case, having is not a noun. It's a state. Looking forward. Okay, we got gerund form. Look forward to in this case. I am looking forward is obviously continuous tense. Right. To having, it's got to be a continuous action. All right. We're getting complicated here in the last 2 minutes.
Can I add another thing?
Sure.
There in the example given by one of the guys, having a vacation, that's a noun group that functions as a group, as a noun.
Functions as a noun group?
It's a noun. Having a vacation, that's as
the object
noun.
of the sentence, you mean?
It is indeed the object.
Okay, all right, I see what you're saying. Okay, which is what we call a noun group. A noun group can be the object. Okay, now I'm with you. Yes, now I got you. All right, when the whole group functions as the object of the sentence. When I just look at it slightly differently, yes, it makes perfect sense. What we're talking about is the object of the sentence. Okay, I got you now. Yes, you are right. It functions in entirety as the object of the sentence. Got you, and I agree with you. I get it. All right, good point.
Right.
Someone muted you.
Oakley, we can't hear you.
Dean Trent muted you.
Okay, Dan? Muting me. You know what? See you later. Bye. Gotta go. I have to go anyway. The class is over. Dan, nice try, but I'm out. Anyway, see you in the next class. I have to close this window and open another window. Bye-bye.
Hey, teacher, thank you so much.
See you in a few minutes.
Get out.
Get out.